Goosebumps is rated Y because it may be too spooky for kids.
Anyways, in terms of who's because all were born the same evil spell, but Mr. Wood was born by evil sorcerer, and Slappy and Mr. Wood are made out of a cursed wood. I think I earned a shout out helping you grow. No, only thing you're doing is just Alright, let's look at number 3. Don't forget Mahar made a ton of dummies that were burned in the fire. Those burned dummies all looked like Slappy. When did we find that out? Help me out, Spongy. Goosebumps completionist. Anyone. Please tell me when did we find out that they all look like Slappy. Anyways, since that was his customer model, so that means that his template that he used nonstop, like if he closes his eyes and do something, he'll just make Slappy. What? However, Mr. Wood was different since Mahar used him as an act, which is why Mr. Wood doesn't look anything like Slappy. Well, the official US artwork actually shows different. It's like, yeah, you look at the British one, but technically if you look at Mr. Wood on the only thing we have, which is him on sheets, Goosebumps sheets, notice the fact that he does actually look like Slappy. Just notice the fact. But of course in the book, he's different looking, definitely. Snappy is just made of ordinary wood. Again, that's where I'm like, when did we hear that part? And they're twins, right? So why in the world we're calling them twins if they're not even made from the same material? I think all 3 of them are made from the cursed wood. Which is why he's not as evil as Slappy. Snappy is one of the few dummies that was made out of the fire alive. Well, you have to admit Goldie. He likes Goldie for some reason, and I think Goldie is actually his sister, so that means she made it out of the fire too. And we don't know how many more made out of the fire either. It's like, so does that mean Wally was in the fire as well? And it's like, yeah, that's the question of like, where the hell did Wally come from then? Was he one of the victims that was almost going to get burned, or did he make him later and he's just ordinary wood? I don't know. And never mind, he doesn't actually contradict himself, but he did actually... Wait. No, he doesn't contradict himself. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, it's like he didn't contradict himself. But still, I'll have to say, now we have to bring in the Goosebumps universes. So the first Goosebumps universe, everyone is in the Goosebumps universe. Every single book is in the Goosebumps universe. So in this case, I would say that means that for Mr. Wood, Slappy, and Snappy, they're all created by the same cursed wood, or cursed coffin wood, or whatever you want to say it. So if that's true, then yeah, I think that's how it's gonna go, because and plus, didn't you say he was his older brother? I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that you said he was his older brother. Yeah. So he was his older brother or something. But either way, I would say if 2 of them were made from the cursed wood, then I guess Mr. Wood wasn't made from the cursed wood. It's like, where did that come from where Mr. Wood was made from the cursed wood, though? Where did that come from? And plus, if technically, I think someone said it, that Mr. Wood was Slappy's older brother, so that means that he came first, then Slappy and Snappy came. So if that's true, then that means that Mr. Wood had to be made from regular wood, technically. It's like, yeah, technically he had to be made from different wood. Unless they all share the wood and the only thing is different is just that the times they were made. Yeah, that's the only way how it works. We have no idea if Goldie's his little sister or his older sister. I would say maybe little. No idea if... I guess Wally technically is like his younger brother, but it's like... he's freaking afraid of his younger brother, man. And I'm sorry, it's like there's one person a long time ago got me convinced that Mr. Wood and Wally is one of the same, which he could have been reincarnated. I still have to believe that he might have been reincarnated. It just makes Slappy's nightmare even more good. Instead of being like, Mr. Wood only got one thing and he's done. It's like almost everyone got one thing and he's done. Not to show up ever again. And it's like, but why? And in Goosebumps Horrorland, someone said that he showed up in one of the last books. So yeah, first universe, that means that Slappy, Snappy, and Mr. Wood were made from the same cursed wood. The other one, which is Slappy World, let's just say Slappy World. Slappy World, in this case, Mr. Wood was not made from the cursed wood, only Slappy and Snappy. In Horrorland, we don't know for sure what's going on with Snappy in that case, but I guess in Horrorland, we could just say that Mr. Wood and Slappy were made from the same cursed wood. So that's just the thing where it's like, yeah, so Snappy did not exist in the Horrorland universe. Could it actually be connected to that universe? Well, sadly, it can't because Slappy does not have his recorder that he had embedded it inside of himself. So he never used it ever again. So I would have to say that it most likely doesn't exist. Just saying. So, in the end of it all, let me just check. Oh, well, guess this is a two-parter for another. I don't know. Anyways, just to finish this off, I would just say it like this. Is that the stuff that you actually talked about on here is pretty okay, I suppose. Yeah, it's just that I don't know. It's like, what exactly did I say that was like, oh, I needed to be re-educated? I think I most likely mixed up something when it came to the book review. And if so, well, oops. But I know what I read. So yeah, I was just saying, I know what I read. And because they're both born from the same cursed wood. But yeah, it's like, yeah, I know. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I know. The only thing I have to say about the whole ending of I'm Slappy's Evil Twin is the fact that it sets up book 7. It just sets it up. All you have to do is just pick up the breadcrumbs, being like, okay, so it turns out Slappy this whole entire time, all the Slappy episodes, books are all in freaking California. So everyone in California, oh, that sucks for you. That sucks. But think about it. He was in California and he got blasted all the way somewhere else, and he made it to a construction site, and they're like, what the frick is this? And they just threw it in the trash. Thus starts book 7. It's like, it's so easy. It's so easy to figure that out. But anyways, yeah, I think this is just something where it's like, okay, I can put this in consideration, but I think you're only just telling me something that I already kind of know. Yeah. The only difference is that you kind of actually like Slappy a lot, and Snappy's like the newest person, and since he only just has one book, the only thing you're going to do is just diss him because he only has one book appearance. He didn't win you over. And Mr. Wood only had one book appearance, but he made a stamp. I mean, Snappy and Slappy both were together in this case. And this is why that there was a little bit of an issue of where it's like, I don't know what to tell you besides Slappy being there kind of actually hindered Snappy, and plus the plan that they had from the get-go. So we don't know exactly how evil Snappy is, but considering he said himself that he's more evil than Slappy himself, and we haven't seen anything. Not to mention his damn eyes. His eyes. Oh my gosh, his eyes. So I have nothing to tell you besides, dude. Just dude. Just dude. But anyways, I think I'm gonna come here with a part 2 or part 3, depending on how it is cut. And we'll just get everyone else's opinion on what just was said today. But all I gotta say is just looking at it from one final time is that it's like I might have not said something, or I might have mixed up something. I don't know, but personally, I just think it's just something that's like, it's not really food for thought. This is more like, I'm just telling you something that you already know, and I'm just kind of wasting your time. No offense, but there you go. You get to have a good shout out of having a video or two showing your comments and how it can explain different things. Anyways, I think it's time for me to go to bed. Have a scary day. Have a scary night.